everyone, I am Gabriella from Mindful Movement with Gabriella, and I'm back to take you through another workout today. So today's workout is going to be a little bit shorter than some of the other videos. The idea is that you can make it as intense as you want. So if you want to make it a little bit more intense for the arms, you go heavier with your weights. Mine are 1.5. You can go 0.5, ones. If you want to try, you could do it with twos. If you don't have weights at home, I always suggest tin cans, wine bottles, things like that. I'm also going to be working with a resistance band. If you do not have one, then that is absolutely fine. It's going to be around our thighs today. And again, this one, don't want to tell you what I've gone with, but I've gone with light. But you can go medium, you could try heavy, see how that feels. Then you can sort of progress that, see how it feels in your body with your band. And then we're going to use our ball as well today. So if you haven't got a ball, I always suggest either rolling up a towel or a cushion. We're going to use it for a bit of abdominal work at our lower back and also underneath our bum. That's it. Oh, almost forgot. And a chair. My chair for the work we're doing, or stool, is actually a little bit high. So if you have a chair with a sort of normal height seat, then that would be great. So grab those things and we'll get going. Okay, so we're going to start on all fours for our warm-up today. So we're just going to start by going through our cat, so curving into our spine, looking towards our thighs, and then extend long front of your body gets pulled forward. And again, curve, curve, curve as much as you can. As a lot of you know, my back doesn't like to curve, so I'm trying my hardest. We're going to go for one last one. Then holding your upper body and your head really still, can we just do our pelvic tilts and release and tilt and release. Big deep breaths as we do this. So isolating into our pelvis. One last one. And then bringing it into a neutral position. You're going to tuck your toes under, and then can we just hover our knees up and tap down. And really push your hands into the ground. Keep equal weight between your hands and your feet. So firing our center on. Good. On our next one, can we hold it up? We're going to take our knees out and squeeze back in. And externally rotate and in. Two more. One last one, hold it here. You're going to step it back out into your plank position and hold it in your plank position. Keeping your knees lifted, can we do tiny little push-ups? Of course, if you want to pop your knees down, you can. You always have that option. But seeing if, even if we do one tiny move, can we keep our knees up? Two more. One last one, hold it there. Draw your right knee into your chest, little pumps forward for 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it to the outside of your right hand, and then we begin to open it up and thread under and open. So we're getting the rotation for our spine. You're opening up into your hips. One last one. And then hands going to go down, heel toe your foot in, drop your back knee down, and then we're going to stretch and bend and stretch. And in, one final one. We're going to hold it forward, tuck your back toes, lift your knee into your plank position. Then let's shoulder tap and down and tap. Seeing if we can keep our hips really still. Making our supporting arm fire on. And seeing if we can hold it for a little bit longer. We're going to do 2 more. And then left knee's going to drive in towards your chest, little pumps for 4, 3, 2, 1, and step it to the outside of your left hand. Open it up, sorry I'm facing away from you, and thread under. You can always drop your back knee down if that feels better for your body today. We're going to do one last one. Then your hand goes down, heel toe your foot in, drop your back knee, and then we'll start to stretch hamstrings and then back hip flexors. 2 more. One last one, we hold it forward, Tuck your back toes, lift your knee through your plank. Hold it there. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Really nice. Roll yourself all the way up. We're going to pop our band around our thighs and then grab hold of your chair and your weights. So my chair, as I was saying, is a little bit high, so you can definitely go lower with your chair. We're then going to be side on, and we're just going to start to punch away and in and punch. So you can look towards your hand as you punch it out. You can have a little lean towards your chair. And out. And we try and control the out, control the in. Good. Now we're going to punch it out, add 2 little pulses and then pull it in. And punch 2 little pulses and in. Good. One more. Then we're going to hold our arm out and then just continuously punch and push. Ooh, arms starting to feel this. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to punch it up to the sky and down and lift. Good. And just make sure that you haven't let the weight drop up to the sky. So you want to keep it forward so you've got that little powerhouse at the front of your wrist. Now we're going to add on. We do 1 punch away, 1 up to the sky, 1 punch away and lift. Good. One last one. Hold it here, little lifts up. So our tiny lifts for our shoulder. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm is going to come in front and then open up. Oh my goodness. And in front and open. So make sure your ribs aren't flaring, make sure you're not using the rest of your body. You're getting that rotation from the top of your shoulder. 2 more. One last one, we're going to bring it in. Tiny little lifts up now with this arm. Can we speed it up? Oh, nasty, nasty, nasty. Then I'm just going to show you the next bit side on. So you just say side on to your chair. We're going to go for 4 more. 3, 2, 1. You take it back into your tricep and punch it up. And back. You can have a little hinge forward. I just wanted you to see my arm going to the back. I might do that whole thing side on actually. So back and up. So I'm just showing you camera wise, but you're still side on to your chair. Good. And lift. So getting our one arm in all directions today. Next time we're hinged over, can we hold it there? Back with your arm and in and push. So keeping your elbow high, just extending the lower part of your arm. Okay, 2 more. Holding it back, little lifts up. And lift. So the top of your weight goes up to the sky. Now you're going to turn the whole weight up to the sky and pump it up there. Can you lift it any higher? Let's go for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come in. Good. Weight's gonna go down, so just pop it off to the side. We're gonna start to work on our legs. So you're still side onto your bar. You wanna turn about 45 degrees in. Band is on. We're gonna squeeze our knee open and close it in. And squeeze. So it's like a clam, but you're just in your kneeling position. So feet stay together, knee turns out. If you want more support, you can take both hands down. If your chair's a little bit lower, you can actually lean on it a little bit more. So see how that feels, and you're going as heavy or as light as you want to go with your band today. So this is external rotation because our feet are staying together and it's our knee squeezing open and in. Good. Now can we open it for 1 count and come in slow for 3. And open. And squeeze in. Good. Center's hugged in, so all of this is still working. Good. 1 more. Then we're going to hold it open, little pulses here. So just pull your band out and out. Oh, mine's starting to set in. Let's go for 5 more. 4. 1 last one and lower it down. So staying in this 45 degrees, you're going to lift your legs side and in. So now your thighs stay parallel. You lift your knee and your foot and lower it down. And lift. Good. How are we feeling? Maybe feeling supporting leg quite a lot. Okay, we go up for 1, down for 3, up for 1. Slow as you come in. And up for 1. Slow as we come down. Really good. Remember, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And up, slowly in. 1 last one. Then we're going to hold it at the top. Here we go. Pulse it out. Little lifts up and up. Woo. Here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Good. We're going to now face the bar, and you're going to go back and come in. And back. So it's like a kneeling donkey kick. Think about all the same cues as if we were standing. Center's lifted up. You can have your left toes tucked under. Back. And in. So you want a long line from your head to your tailbone. So just make sure you've got that position. I don't want you to be curved over, especially if your chair is lower than mine. So can you find that long line? And that's going to depend maybe how high your leg is lifting behind you. We're going to hold it back on our next one, and we're just going to do little pushes back and back. Nearly there. Push, push. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come in. Good. We're going to do those 2 to the next side. So starting with our arms. So chair goes to the other side. Let's punch it out and in and punch. So you can have your little lean away. Toes are tucked under if that feels okay. So it's good to work our feet in that position. Thighs on all the back of our legs even when we're working our arms. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Then let's add the double pulse away. So you go out, 2 pushes, and then come in. And out, 2 pushes, and in. left arm just hates working so much compared to my right. Good, one last one. And then we hold it out and then bend and stretch, push it out. Oh, I'm having to think about happy thoughts. My left arm just hates it. Let's go for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. We shoulder press and down and push. So think about your weight staying forward so you haven't let your wrist do a sort of kink up to the sky. And down, good. Controlling the lower each time. And push. Nice, let's do 2 more. Then we're going to combine it with a punch to the side. So we punch it out and shoulder press and push. And up. I wish I was lying down like Iggy right now. Whew. No, I don't. I love doing this. Out and lift. Okay, one last one. Then just shoulder press up. No, did I do that already? Let's just do our little pulses, tiny pulses. Honestly, I need someone here to remind me what I did on the other side. Good. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms gonna come in and open and in. Trying to keep it at the same height, trying to keep body really still. We're going to do one more, then we're going to combine it with our shoulder press. So we do 1 shoulder press, and then we bring it in and out. 1 shoulder press. In, out. Good. One last one. Then we hold it here, little lifts up, lift, lift, lift. Oh my goodness. I hope your arms are feeling better than mine. Mine are dead after this week. Oh, here we go. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Side on, we go back and punch. So every time you do your tricep extension, can we keep the elbow high and up? And it's just a small hinge. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And lift. You might find one arm feels better than the other. That's completely normal. Maybe this one feels better, hopefully. Okay, one last one. Then we're going to hold it hinged over, the tricep extension only. Back. So your pinky finger, top of the weight goes to the sky. Good, 2 more. Then you're going to hold it there, tiny little lift. So again, for now, top of the weight goes up, little finger leads all the way up. You're doing your pulses at your top range, wherever that is. Then we're going to turn the weight to turn up to the sky. And you're going to pump it up there, nearly done. Can we lift it any higher for our final 10? 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Really nice. We're going to pop the weight down and then come into our chair. 45 degrees in. We start with our clams, open and close. And open and in. Good. Oh my goodness, why am I shaking so much on this side? It's on the lower. And you want your supporting leg to be really stable, so as you pull the band, it stabilizes and it really has to work as you pull off it. Okay, let's go out for 1, in for 3 counts. So we're controlling that inward movement. Out for 1, slowly as we come in, and out, slow down. Good. And even though you're externally rotating, can you try and think about your hips on that 45-degree angle, and then they never change? One last one. Then we're going to hold it open and tiny little pulls. So your top range, wherever that is, can you just pull and pull and pull the band? Let's go for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and close it down. Okay, this time it's more of your hydrant up to the side and in and lift. So now knee and foot is lifting and control. You might find one side, I always say this, but one side might feel more natural than the other. One side might have more range. Sorry, I'm doing my singles. Well, I've got into slow mode. So up and down, single counts. Okay, up for 1, in for 3. We go up. We slow as we come down. And up, slow as we come in. Good, one last one. Then you're going to hold it up and pulse. So whenever you're ready, hold it at the top, little lifts up. Oh, I'm having to think happy thoughts. My right leg is always the way, whether I'm standing, now I'm kneeling, it's still killing. Can we hold on? Can we lift it a little bit higher and go for 8 more? 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come in. We're gonna face the bar. She says, needs a moment, send it back and in. So find that long line. Doesn't matter how far back it's going. Especially if your chair is higher, you won't be as hinged over, which means your leg won't go back without arching your back. So I want you to think about the long line, and you should still feel your supporting leg working really hard here. And down. Good. 2 more. Then you hold it back and you pulse. Push, push. Heel is into your bum, might not be a massive movement. I know this probably doesn't look like much, but oh my goodness, my supporting leg is on fire. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come in. Really nice. Pop your chair off to the side. Okay, let's take our band off and we're gonna grab hold of our ball. So ball is gonna come to our lower back. Right hand is gonna come behind our head. Left arm is going to extend to the outside of our right leg, and we're going to come back down. So tiny lift. It's so important where your ball is, because what I want you to do is I want it to be supportive, but I don't want it to be so supportive that you don't feel anything. So just play around, and as you lift up, you should feel your center working, and you're not lifting. If I was to lift all the way up, that's me at the top. That's not working in my center once I get to the top. So can you sort of think halfway and down? Good. Then I'm going to add on, we're going to add our progression, so just see how it feels in your body. First progression, we add knee coming in and down, and knee, and in. So I have to remind myself to breathe. Good. Can we go for 2 more? Then you find that sticky point where, oh my goodness, your center's fired on and you're doing little lifts up. And lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1 last one, hold it there. Your left leg is going to extend long and come in. And extend long and in. 2 more. 1 last one, hold it out. Can you lift it up to the sky and lower it down? And lift. And lower, 1 last one. And come down. Oh, if you have the ball in the right place, that is so intense. We're going to take left hand behind our head, and we're going to lift up and down. Right hand now going to the outside, and lower, and lift. First progression, oh my goodness, you're going to draw your knee into your chest. Oh my goodness, I can't talk and do this. Okay, I hope everyone's finding it as intense as I am. 2 more, if you're not, well done. If you are, well done for getting through it. On the next one, hold it up, little lifts. 4 more, 3, 2, 1, hold it there. You're going to draw right knee in, and it's going to extend. And in. I'm going to have to take my hands down for a moment. Out and in. You're here, or if we need a bit more support like me today, we're here. Good. 1 more, hold it there. Can you lift your leg up to the sky and lower it down? And lift and lower. 1 last one. And come down. Oh, I hope that was just me. Not just me. Well, do I? I don't know. Hope you felt it anyway. Legs long, hands behind your head. We're going to lift ourselves all the way up and curve over. Curve at your hips. Roll yourself down. Good. And again, roll up and over. Curve at your hips. Roll yourself down. And again, lift, roll, unravel. We're going to start to add our leg lifting up. So lift, extend your arms and lower. Oh, my ball's really moving today. And lift. So you're alternating which knee is coming in and down. Why is my ball being so annoying? And lift. It doesn't want to stay still. Good. The lower your ball is, the more intense. So as in the more it is towards your shoulder blades. It's going to feel much more intense here. 2 more. Then we're gonna hold our right knee into our chest, hold it there. You can do a little dip and lift just for 3, 2, 1 last one, and lower it down. When you're ready, lift up, other side. Little dip, little lift, and dip, and lift. One more. Extend your legs and roll down. Good. Give that a stretch over so you're stretching your abdominals at the front of your body. Great. Then bend your legs in. Ball is going to come underneath our bum now. So lift your bum up. Ball goes on. And then knees are going to come in. So hands are up to the sky or down to the mat. We're going to start by opening our legs wide, circling them away and pulling them back in. So they open up, circle away and pull. Open, circle, ooh, and in. One last one in this direction, then we're going to reverse it. So knees go forward, open, and come together. Forward from the line of the hip, open, and in. One more. Good, then extend your legs up to the sky. We open first, we circle them away, and we pull them up. And we open, and circle, and lift. One last one, open, circle, then you know what's coming. Reverse it in the other direction, so they lower down, it opens up, and lift. And we shouldn't be feeling this at all in our back. So if you are, maybe come back to the bent legs. Maybe don't take your legs as low. Lower and open. And lift. One last one. Good. Now we're just going to lower both legs down. And lift them up. 2 more. One last one. We're now going to scissor our legs. So switch and switch. Good. And switch. So control, really stretching your legs away. Good. Now can we add 2 little taps in? So switch, 2 little taps, and over 2 little taps. And switch, 2 taps. Really making sure you always find that connection into your center and not making the work go into your back. Good. One more on each side. And then lower both legs down. Hold them there. Can we open our legs out and squeeze them back in? And open. And squeeze. 2 more. One last one. We're going to hold it open. Tiny taps out for 10, 9, 8. You can take your thighs further away. Lost count. 4, 3, 2, 1. They go together before they come up. And you bend it in. Really nice. Pop your feet to the floor. Ball is going to go in between your thighs. Grab hold of your weights. And we'll just finish. Ooh, she says... Got the weights finally, weights to our hips, finish with our glutes. So let's lift up and tap down and squeeze. At any point you can get rid of these, but they're just adding more work to lift. So adding the load and down. Okay, can we start to add a squeeze on the ball at the top and in. Squeeze of the ball and in. I don't know why I love this exercise so much. I feel like it just really connects me to the back line of my body, also to my center as I squeeze the ball. Get my inner thighs all the way to my powerhouse, to my center here. Iggy's having a lovely old time up there. Holding it up. Can we just squeeze and release the ball? Squeeze and release. Good. Keeping the chin up. Really grounding through your heels, through all 10 toes. Okay, can we just speed our squeezes up? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're going to do 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the squeeze. We're going to lift on and lower our heels. And lift. Lower down. Good. Okay, heels stay lifted. You're going to squeeze the ball. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to lower and lift your heels and squeeze the ball. 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower and lift your heels. And again, 4. Lower and lift. 1 more. Holding at the top with your heels lifted, little pulses up and lift. And if we're not feeling anything here, you could always go heavier with the weights on your hips. But really try and squeeze just at the top range. Now can we add the ball squeeze back in right at the top? Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and release. Control your lower down. Really good. Everything off to the side. Draw your knees into your chest. You can drop your knees over, look over to the other side. And through, over to the other side. And cross one leg over. Oh my goodness, I'm not even going to show you my socks. After they get so dirty. I'm going to put a hand here while I do my glute stretch so you can't see them. We're going to hold it here. Draw your knee in if you want to deepen the stretch into your bum, into your glutes. And then we'll take it in the other direction. Good. And release. Really good. You can bring yourself up into a seated position. Roll your shoulders back. And then give yourself a massive round of applause. Well done. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you didn't find it intense enough, what's really good about that one is you can go heavier with your resistance band. You can grab hold of heavier weights, so to make that whole thing more intense. But I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Please like my videos, subscribe to my channel. It's really helpful, and hopefully I'll see you.
Don't wanna shake it out.